for Greg on this special edition of Gutfeld.
It was a special night for Gutfeld, but Greg was cheating on the show with another late night gig. Kat Timms got pulled in to keep the seat warm, and the audience just hoped the seat was wiped down first. First up, parts of China are battling an outbreak of a mosquito-borne disease. Somewhere, Anthony Fauci is smiling like he just found a brand new reason to go to work again. Ghislaine Maxwell told the DOJ she's never seen Trump do anything suspicious. That's like asking Tonya Harding for a reference. Not exactly credible, but definitely memorable. Jesse Waters recalled being yelled at by Shia LaBeouf in an airport lounge 5 years ago. Some people have good memories. Shia apparently has a lifetime grudge membership card. Meanwhile, Major League Baseball is about to have its first female umpire. Instead of the usual strike or ball, the crowd might hear, "It's fine, honey." Sean Diddy Combs plans a comeback at Madison Square Garden after being free. Fans should prepare themselves or noise-canceling headphones. And from China, a head-scratcher for doctors. A woman who can't stop having orgasms. Experts haven't found the cause, but a few are pointing at a certain male tourist. No names, but you can guess. In the US, a new poll says Elon Musk is the most disliked public figure. To be fair, plenty of people have been practicing hating their dads for years. And at a recent WNBA game, yet another sex toy was thrown onto the court. Some office workers just sighed. Wish my job was that fun. According to the New York Times, supporters of Eric Adams and Andrew Cuomo quietly hope Donald Trump will jump into the New York City mayor's race. Why? They believe he can rally voters behind one candidate to stop Zoran Mamdani from winning. Word is, Adams offered him a free Turkish Airlines ticket, while Cuomo offered to take care of a senior citizen of his choice. Politics in New York always with style. Trump is reportedly considering it, and even called Cuomo to discuss. Like many, he believes Mamdani would be a disaster for the city. Even communist bookstores are worried about higher taxes. The concern is real. Mamdani actually has a shot. He's tapped into a familiar frustration. Living in New York is too expensive. Some folks are wrestling women just to get gas money, while others take multiple days off to fully enjoy a colonoscopy. Mamdani's not a complete outsider. He spent a few months with left-wing advocacy groups, worked on a film his mom directed, then decided to rap. Before running for the New York State Assembly, he managed campaigns for a few progressive candidates. In short, his resume is thinner than over-the-counter cold meds. Yet somehow, socialism has kept a better brand image than it deserves. Despite being tried in many countries and almost always failing, people still see it as caring for people. Opposing it, you're painted as hating the idea of people having food and shelter. Mamdani promises sweet-sounding policies, rent freezes, free buses, universal childcare, city-owned grocery stores, all funded by taxing the rich. Sounds great. But history says government-run grocery stores plus low prices is the perfect formula for empty shelves. Just ask the Soviet Union. The bigger question, why trust someone just because he says so? The last time someone did that, the story ended in an unplanned pregnancy. The truth is, people who oppose Mamdani or socialism don't hate happiness or prosperity. They understand it kills the drive to compete, innovate, and achieve. Socialism is like a sport where the best outcome is a tie. Capitalism creates wins that can benefit everyone. Bottom line, Mamdani would be a disaster for New York. Trump knows it, and maybe he'll step in to help another candidate win. At least Eric Adams has done something useful like teaching parents how to search their kids' rooms for drugs. Adams says start with the jewelry box. It might have a gun. Then the backpack, books, and picture frames could be hiding bullets or a hidden camera. Even baby dolls could stash drugs. Don't forget the pillow. Especially the ones with buttons. It's like an open invitation to hide something. And of course, the bookshelf where books are just the perfect cover for cocaine. Solid advice. But hopefully no dad watches that video and clears out his kid's entire room just because the pillow felt a little bumpy. Today, we've got a lineup stranger than a family dinner during Lunar New Year. First up, Joe Mackey, the man who looks like one word and one word only, Lububu. Don't ask, just Google it. Next, David Angelo, comedian and founder of Western Razor. Trust me, if he takes off those glasses, it's not to clean them. It's to clean out his opponents. And of course, Kennedy, the queen of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast. Then there's someone described as a shawl because older ladies just want to wrap him around their shoulders. Not an actual shawl, but New York Times best-selling author and former NWA world champion, Irene. And honestly, the only reason to list all those titles is so we can smoothly transition into sharing that clip of Mayor Eric Adams teaching parents how to search their kids' rooms for drugs. Today's hot topic, a rising mayoral candidate. Some people say socialism sounds nice, but sweet words often have bitter endings. History is full of places where this kind-hearted ideology left tens of millions dead, from the former Soviet states to Venezuela to Cuba. And yet, in New York, some folks want to give it another spin. The narrator in me just wants to ask, are you sure you want to hand the city to a man born in luxury, who's always been comfortable spending other people's money? Meanwhile, take JD. Vance, born into hardship, climbed his way up, and now a fiscally conservative politician who understands that a smaller government is a safer one. As for this other guy, he's a thick, smothering, and frankly stinky blanket. And it doesn't stop there. Someone compared communism to their love life. Lots of people waiting in line, but everyone's skinny because there's nothing to go around. State-run supermarkets? Like stepping into the Stone Age, no birthday ice cream cake, just you capitalist dog. Capitalism at least has complaints that sound like compliments. Rich people have their own spaceships. I'm sorry, but that just makes me want to book a ticket. Communist complaints? There's no food, everyone's hungry, and if you complain, you're thrown in the gulag. In the end, one truth remains unshakable. A lot of people shout about socialism right up until they sell their house. Then suddenly, they become full-on capitalists, only taking the biggest pile of cash before noon. Ladies and gentlemen, the White House battlefield is heating up again. But this time, it's not the US versus Russia, it's Biden versus Kamala Harris.
If the Biden people decide that Kamala Harris is coming after Joe Biden, wait till you hear the Palin-esque stories about how much they tried to help her be prepared to be vice president and be in a position to run, and how much they decided not happening. She's not up to this. You will hear stories about Kamala Harris as vice president that will not make her look good. They gave her every opportunity, and they found in some instances.
Ladies and gentlemen, the White House battlefield is heating up again. But this time, it's not the US versus Russia, it's Biden versus Kamala Harris. Word on the street is, if Kamala tries to strike back in her upcoming book, Team Biden will unleash a vault of tragicomic tales about all their failed attempts to train her as vice president. Imagine this book's not even out yet, and the drama's already worthy of a Netflix series. White House Palace Wars Part 2. The funny part? Both of them have book deals. Honestly, I'm just waiting for Joe Biden's audiobook. Chapter 1 will probably sound like, hey, Chapter 1, Chapter 3, back to Chapter 1. By the end, you'll be confused but strangely eager to buy front row tickets to the live reading. As for Kamala, she's got two options. Option 1, release a book so bland it sends her straight into political retirement forever. Option 2, go nuclear. Spill the tea on both Joe and Jill Biden, scorched earth style, so at least the audience will say, well, didn't see that coming. Some folks say if Kamala became as terrifying as Nancy Pelosi, they'd respect her more. You know that I don't like you but you scare the life out of me vibe? It's oddly impressive. Others think her smartest move is to disappear for 35 years. By then, the public will forget everything except that she once liked buses. Honestly, this is like saying behind the scenes of a terrible movie was somehow even worse. And finally, the closer. When two washed-up figures fight, it's like two kids in an arts and crafts class arguing over crayons. You just have to step in and say, Joe, give the crayon back. Kamala, don't eat the crayon. Maybe the best thing we can do now is let Biden enjoy his ice cream. Let Kamala sip her wine and pray neither of them ever steps in front of a camera again. Brace yourselves, Jussie Smollett. Yes, the guy who faked a hate crime is heading to prime time. Fox Network has invited the Chicago charlatan to join Special Forces World's Toughest Test, a show where contestants suffer through brutal challenges, and so do the viewers. He's also starring in a Netflix documentary called The Truth About Jussie Smollett, where they investigate his staged attack but somehow find evidence that maybe it was real. Science works in mysterious ways. How did Jussie land this gig? Two possibilities. He signed himself up, or his agent did, which means he still has an agent. Miracles do happen. But let's be real. Most contestants are pro athletes. Jussie? Just an actor, but one with two rare superpowers, shamelessness and desperation. Some say this could serve as light punishment, making him march with a 60-pound pack. Personally, I'd add a 30-month prison challenge just for balance. Still, with his self-produced drama skills, he'll manage climbing ropes, surviving the cold, and above all, talking his way out of anything. Truth optional. Oh, and they jump out of helicopters. Let's hope the parachute isn't made from the same memorable rope from Chicago. Otherwise, this could be his grand finale. Producers clearly know what the audience wants. Watch real warriors win. Or watch people you can't stand lose horribly. Jussie is solidly in category 2. Viewers will be chanting, "Fall off the wing, snap the bungee." Of course, only wishing for a mild injury, so he's still around for the exit interview. In the end, if he loses, you can bet there'll be a brand new conspiracy. Maybe 2 random guys stopped him from climbing the final wall. Hey, drama is his business. And so, juicy Jussie Smollett, the man who once staged the biggest drama of his life, is stepping back onto the reality television stage. This time, not for an award, but to haul a 60-kilo pack and jump out of a helicopter or straight into the evening news. Whether you love him or hate him, one thing's for sure. The producers know half the audience will root for him, and the other half is just hoping the bungee cord gets a little loose. But in the end, whatever happens, we'll have yet another based on a true story to talk about. Because with Jussie, even failure is a kind of success, as long as it's still on television.